Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yeah, this is going to be a short little lesson or exhortation to brothers out there at the camps. I was speaking to Elder Gabar this morning, Elder Apostle Gabar this morning, and, we were talking about how brothers sometimes, when they're at the camp, sometimes they tend to, segue away from the scriptures sometimes, to go into their own thoughts and you're not going to win a battle like that, especially with the devil. When you are out there dealing, you have to deal with the scriptures. There's nothing wrong with reasoning, with the scriptures, reasoning out the scriptures, playing out certain scenarios to bring your point across. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's coupled with the scriptures. Because by you trying to reason with logic out of your own mind without using the scriptures, you're going to lose. Because we don't have our own words to speak. The words that we speak are basically the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why the Apostle Paul exhorted the Ephesians. He said, Ephesians 6:10, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." Now, what is the power of the might of the Most High? His words. This is Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful." See, it also says, bear with me one second. It also says, I believe that's 1 Peter 4 and 11. It says, "If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High." Why? This truth. "If any man minister, let him do it as the ability of the which the Most High giveth," because every man is given a certain amount of faith and a certain amount of revelation, a certain amount of understanding in the scriptures, "that the Most High in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shai, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen." Or so be true. So that the Most High himself, so we use the Lord's words, his oracles, so that he, through Yahweh Shai, may be glorified. So they may both be glorified. Because we're not speaking our own words. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is the book of Romans 3:3. "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" So if you have a non-believer that come up, their unbelief is not going to stop the word of the Lord. But the point is, you have to use the word of the Lord in order to confound what they're saying. It says, "The Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar." Why? Because the Most High's words is what's going to stand. This is Psalms 12:6. "The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever." So the Lord's words is what's pure. His words is what stands has stood the test of time and is standing the test of time. It's Psalms 33:11. "The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations." So the Most High's words and his thoughts, his counsel is what is going to stand, because it stands the test of time. This is the book of Isaiah 55:11. It says, just bear with me one second. Isaiah 55:11. Just trying to see if I can remember this other scripture that came to mind. Oh yeah. This is Isaiah 55:11. "So shall my words be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereunto I sent it." So pretty much, when we out there, we're standing firm with the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's our forte. That's our strengths. You had guys that came into this thing and they're no longer a part of this, and they said, "Well, I figure if I could reason with my words, because I'm good with putting words together." It ain't about your words. It's about the message. What is the message? The scriptures. What does the scripture say? We got to give them the whole rundown of what the scriptures say: the destruction, the chariots, the microchip, and everything that's involved. And only the Israelites can be saved. Cornelius is an Israelite, and everything that pertains to salvation and judgment upon this world. Because once we give that verbal judgment of the Lord out there, then the Lord could do his thing, So going back, where was I at? Right here, Romans 3:4. It says, "The Most High forbid, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar." Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. So the words of the Lord is what's going to stand forever. This is Jeremiah 3:15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart. Meaning what? That the men that the Lord is going to set up, they're going to speak his words. They're not going to speak their own words. That's why the Lord also said that there's not going to be many wise. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is Jeremiah the 9th chapter, and the 23rd verse. It says, thus saith the Lord power, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, because the Most High is not dealing with man's wisdom. Paul even said that when I made known when I made known the truth unto you, I didn't use it with men's wisdom. I'd use it, he pretty much used the oracles of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, which is what we use. It says, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. So the Most High delights when you teach his words, when you understand, him. So if you understand them, and he says he's going to give us pastors according to his heart, so these pastors and these teachers and these apostles are going to speak the words of the Most High. That's what we read in Peter. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. All right. This is Deuteronomy 8:3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh doth man live. So this is our lifeline. Our lifeline is in our prayers, in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's our lifeline. So if you sever that lifeline, if you're not drawing from that well of life, then you're going to be thirsty. You're not going to be able to confound the enemy. They're going to be able to run circles around you until you learn to stay and stick with the scriptures. And like I said, it's not a shot at any one individual in particular. It's just an exhortation to all the different camps out there, that when you're out there teaching, make sure you stay in the scriptures. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with using sound logic and reason, but as long as it's backed up by the scriptures. Sometimes we use movie lines, movie scenes, certain sports events to bring a point home. There's nothing wrong with that, but as long as you keep it within the confines of the scriptures, because when you go outside of that, that's when you lose. That's why the scriptures say, let every man be true. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. This is the book of 1 Peter 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith. So how do you resist Esau, the devil? By staying steadfast in the faith. Now, what is the faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And also Romans 10:17, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. So your faith is based off of what? Off of the scriptures, not off of your own self. Because if you thinking within yourself that that's the case, then you're not going to be around. Now, I could think of two examples right now that are not around anymore that used to do that a lot. Reason out of their own mind, trying to convince the people, using their own warped logic. It don't work that way, It doesn't work that way, So it says, whom resist steadfast in the faith, back in 1 Peter 5:9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So this is how we fight with these words. These words is what's going to protect us. These words is what's going to be our salvation. Like it says in the book of James. I believe it's James 1:19, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. Right here, 21, James 1:21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. So this word is what's going to save our souls, not our own logic, Now you have to apply logic, of course, and sound judgment, when you're dealing with the scriptures and breaking them down. But the point is, you got to use the scriptures, not your own mind. And you could use examples of things like Paul did. Paul used a lot of different examples, sports, He used the poets. You know, he used different examples to cement home the truth. You know, and the doctrine and the message that he was given, which was the message of the gospel. Nevertheless, he stayed within the confines of the scriptures. You know, and used other examples out there to cement the message, so to speak. All right. And then Luke, the 4th chapter, when you read Luke, the 4th chapter, and there's one in Matthew, the 4th chapter, when Satan came to Yahushua didn't go on a tangent of his own reasoning. Yahushua went to the scriptures. He didn't do too much talking. He just hit them scriptures, boom, 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 cut Satan down real quick. And what happened? It says here, where is it? Just give me 1 second. I just saw it a little while ago. Right here, Luke 4:13. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. That's what the scriptures say, whom resist steadfast in the faith, which the faith is the word. You know, so when you brothers are out there, just keep that in mind. You know, I know sometimes it'll stray away a little bit here and there. You know, that happens. You know, we're in the flesh, but always keep in mind to steer it back to the scriptures. You know, there's always a brother, I got a scripture, brother. You know, you don't want to go on a rant. You don't want to be rambling like High Priest Ariah used to say about certain guys. You be rambling, you know. So with that, I hope you brothers have been exhorted. I hope you brothers have been edified. And to the next time I say, Shalom.